Okay, so this is my mom, Dina Johnson, and this is my makeup video for the classic eye. So I did a classic eye on her this time. So I started off priming the face with the Mirabella face primer that we got in our kits. Stop laughing. The foundation formula that I used on her is liquid, just because she had been in the sun and she said she had a little bit of a drier skin, so I didn't want to just put powder over top. I set it with powder, but I just wanted to do a liquid first. The foundation shade from the BH line I used was L3 Light Rose. The powder foundation on top of that, I just did like a very light dusting. It was also BH Cosmetics and it was number 205. The face concealer that I did was just like one of the lightest shades from the BH Cosmetics 10 color concealer palette, and then I set it with the same powder I used on her face. The blush that I picked was from the BH blush palette. It was the second to last one. It was like a bronzy, kind of warm peach color to complement her skin tone. And then as far as the bronzer, I just used a darker color from the BH contour palette, one of like the medium ones, just to match her skin tone a little bit better, and I blended it on her neck. The contour, again, I used from the same contour palette, just a shade darker than the bronzer. And then as far as the highlight goes, I did highlight under her eyes with the setting powder on top of the concealer, but then I did a little bit of highlight on her cheekbones, the bridge of her nose, Cupid's bow, chin, and a little bit on her forehead. And that was just one of the eyeshadows, or a mixture of a couple of them from the Supernova BH Cosmetics palette. For eye primer, I just used a liquid foundation just because I feel like it works better than the Mirabella primer, and I just use it in the same shade as I use for the rest of her face, Light Rose. As far as the eyeshadow goes, I used some of the colors from the 28 color BH Cosmetics palette, and I just did like a warm brown on the crease. And then on the lid, I used the color Phoenix from the Supernova palette. And then as far as the highlight goes, I just used the lightest shade in the 28 color BH Cosmetics palette, which was a matte, kind of like creamy white. The eyeliner formulation was powder. She doesn't usually wear liquid eyeliner, so I just did black and I did it with a shader brush. Mascara, I just used her mascara. She uses a Lancome one. And then as far as her brows, I just did it from the big brow color kit, and I mixed two different colors to match her hair a little bit better. And I used it with a thin brush. For the lips, I kept it pretty simple. I took two of the lip liners and I lined her lips with one of the colors. It was like the medium mauve, and then I filled them in with the lighter color, which was like a light pink. And it just made her have like a matte lip, which is what she likes. The tools I used were, I can read them off. The BH Cosmetics brush number 1 for powder. I used the BH Cosmetics number 12 for packing color onto her eye. I used the BH Cosmetics number 7 for blending, and I used the BH Cosmetics foundation brush number 4 for her concealer and her foundation, and then to set as well for powder under the eyes. Product recommendations, I did recommend the makeup setting spray for her because she said she does have problems with her makeup lasting all day, and then also she did mention that when she does wear powder, that she thinks that her skin tends to look a little bit more dry, so that'll kind of help give a little bit more moisture back to her skin. A product recommendation, I definitely recommended the BH Cosmetics blender brush number 7. I recommend this to everyone pretty much just because it makes it so that your crease isn't so harsh, and it's really versatile. You can even use it for highlighting, you can use it for color under the eye, pretty much anything. So yeah, this is my mom, this is her classic eye, and it was just like a bronzy, neutral look.